Through the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, we are now trying to construct 17 what we call the FTTs. Those are modern fish processing centers. A lot of our fish mongers, that is the women who buy the fish and sell it, have been struggling using the wood to dry the fish. And so with our partners, we felt that there was a need to preserve the forest and develop something much more improved, much more advanced. And so the FTTs are being constructed across the country, 17 of those. We are hoping that before the end of December, we have completed all of those constructions so that our mothers in the rural areas can have much better area to be able to process the fish. A lot of them are gaining attraction from international buyers. And so that quality that comes up will be very, very ideal for consumption. Through the Environmental Justice Foundation that is supported by the European Union, 5 offices were constructed in 5 different counties for a group we call the Collaborative Management Associations. And these are people that work closely with NaFAA to help provide community science programs, help provide extension services, help to monitor our fishing folks. And those officers will be some of the areas for decentralization. Now, let's see where are we going strategically. Through our partners again, we've been able to work on developing a 10-year strategic plan for the sector. We believe that the sector should go beyond government. The sector should look at where we intend to be in 10 years in the advancement of our fisheries. And so the 10-year strategic plan is currently being developed. We are hoping to have it officially launched in February 2026. Coupled with that, an investment plan is also on the way together with an aquaculture strategy. A lot of time we focus more on marine than fish farming, in which of course fish farming serves a greater purpose. And so we began to balance it to ensure that we invest a lot more into fish farming to complement for marine fisheries. Liberians, members of the press in Radio Land, our present fish population, that is for surface species, stands around 253 metric tons. That is for our deep water, apologies. For our surface species, it's around 94,000 metric tons. But out of those, we are just harvesting 53,000 metric tons every year. Out of that 53,000 metric tons yearly, 17,000 of those are offloaded in Senegal, in Guinea, and in Ghana. The reason is that Liberia does not have a dedicated fishing port. So those tuna vessels have to go to other shores to offload. Liberia is losing millions of revenue on export. We are also losing the issue of jobs creation. And so together with the World Bank, we are now designing a shovel-ready fishing port. That port design should be ready by the end of December. Once completed, we're going to begin rigorous resource mobilization to raise the $26 million to erect a fishing port. We've done the math. Just from job creation, if that port is constructed, we're talking about between 2,000 to 2,300 new jobs in the sector. And that is something that the country needs at its most. Police, fish farming constitutes just 2,000 metric tons as compared to other countries, which is very, very low. I don't know how many of us have eaten tilapia and catfish from Liberia, but I know when you travel to Ghana, you travel to Cote d'Ivoire, you travel to other countries, you crave for tilapia because the way it is prepared. We want to bring that home. And quickly, what we've done through the help of the superintendent of Nimba County, we secured 30 acres of land to build the first integrated industrial fish farm. That farm will be able to provide at least between 80 to 100 jobs. That farm will be a model that we use to replicate in 4 other counties. That farm will be integrated in a way that will have value addition. We are now talking about producing fish powder so that our school feeding program can benefit from it. Fish oil, fish chips, and those are ways we want to add value to tilapia. I know many librarians will say buka, 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 but now no, the name has changed. Now we say it is, because it is being cultured. It's no longer growing at the backyard or at the back toilet. It's now being cultured. And so the fish farming is going on across the country. And that farm in Saniquele, Nima County, being supported through the OPEC funded project, would definitely give an eye-opener for us to replicate in other counties. Despite the country's abundant population, we still import around 17,000 metric tons of fish every year. Our target from now to 2029 is to significantly reduce that number to 3,900. One of the ways we want to do it is to make sure we have these integrated farms across Liberia, so that every farm will contribute to the overall production of our fish. We've been discussing with our partners, a lot of the fish importers, and they are ready to become off-takers of those tilapia and catfish. We've also been having a series of discussions with our colleagues in Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire import 90% of the tilapia from China. And so if they can get it from Liberia fresh, definitely that's a market to tap into. And so we're doing everything to ensure that we have that. One of the ways we've been able to try to introduce and increase production in our local harvest is the introduction of what we call the semi-industrial fisheries. We've introduced the semi-industrial fisheries, and one of those vessels, I'm proud to announce that in the next 1 hour 30 minutes, that vessel should be sailing in Liberia. That vessel was constructed in Oman, valued around